is Mahat. Now I will share to you about introduction packaging. The strategic control of the flow of material, information and goods across international border is the focus of global operation and logistics. This procedure, packaging in initial, since it directly affects the efficiency, safety and economy of the item transit. Here are some key aspects of the global operation and logistics focus on packaging, such as product protections, cost optimizations, technology integration, custom and documentation, and lastly conclusion. Now I will pass next slide to Mohd Fadhlin Jamil.
I will continue my part, which is the product protection. And for the first, we have the secured packaging. In secured packaging, we have packaging material, cushioning, inner packaging, documentation, compliance and regulation. So as for packaging material, it will use the strong and good quality materials for packaging, like sturdy boxes and appropriate containers. So the second is the cushioning. It will add protective layers inside the package, such as bubble wrap or foam, to prevent items from getting damaged during transit. And the third is inner packaging. Keeps the item secure within the packaging by using dividers or inserts to prevent them from bumping into each other. And the fourth is documentation. So for the documentation, it will include all necessary paperwork outside the package, like lists and labels, so everyone knows what inside and where it's going. So for the last, compliance and regulation. So for the compliance and regulation, it will follow the rules and guidelines for shipping to different countries to make sure your packages meet legal and safety requirements. Move to the next point, which is insurance coverage. In insurance coverage, they have types of insurance, which is cargo insurance and marine insurance, net insurance coverage limit, valuation of goods, Incoterms and insurance, insurance documentation, exclusion and limitation, claim procedures, insurance procedures, insurance procedures reputation, and custom and regulatory compliance. So for the first, the type of insurance, they will use cargo insurance for goods in transit and marine insurance for the sea shipments. So move to the insurance coverage limit. It knows the maximum coverage your insurance provides for loss or damage. So the next is valuation of goods. Declare the accurate value of your goods for proper insurance coverage. And next is Incoterm and insurance. Understand how responsibilities are shared under Incoterm, including who handles the insurance itself. So next, number 5 is insurance documentation. It includes all required documents for insurance, such as certificate and policy details. And the number 6, exclusion and limitation. So for the exclusion and limitation, be aware of what the insurance doesn't cover and any restrictions of the exclusion and the limitation. And the number 7 is claim procedures. Knows the step to follow if you need to make an insurance claim. Next, insurance provider reputation. Choose a trust insurance provider with a good track record. And for the last one is custom and regulatory compliance. So it will ensure your insurance complies with the custom and regulation of the destination country. Now we move to the next slide, which is personnel training and cybersecurity measure. In personnel training, they have 7, which is understanding international regulation, product knowledge, quality control procedures, proper handling techniques, use of packaging materials, customized packaging solution, and Ecotherm awareness. So I will explain the personal training first. So as for number 1, we have understanding international regulation, learn and follow the rules for shipping globally, and that is for the understanding international regulation for the personal training itself. So move to the next is product knowledge. For personal training, they must understand what you are shipping to ensure the proper handling of the goods. For number 3, we have quality control procedures. In quality control procedures, they must check the item carefully to maintain the quality. So which is it will include in the personal training. And as for number 4, proper handling techniques. Handle the product correctly to prevent damage. So as for training, they must handle the product or the goods properly to avoid any damage or losses. And the next is use of packaging materials. So they must choose the right materials for packaging, such as for some of goods, they cannot use the random materials to wrapping, such as the plastic wrap for the vegetable, for example. So it will damage the vegetable because of no ventilation or the air. So it will damage the product. And as for number 6, the customized packaging solution. So the personnel in their training must know how to tailor packaging to fit the specific needs of each shipment. And for the last one is Ecotherm awareness. So they must know the Ecotherm to understand the responsibility in the shipping. So now we move to the cyber security measures. In these cyber security measures, they have 8. So I will explain from supply chain visibility until collaboration security. So for supply chain visibility, they must keep track of your shipment in a real time. So for data encryption, it will protect your information with the strong codes. As for number 3, access control and authentication. Okay, it only allow authorized people to access your system. So for number 4, regular security audits. Check your security regularly for weaknesses. So for number 5, incident response plan. Have a plan ready for when things go wrong. So for number 6 is secure cloud storage. So it will in cyber security measures, they will have secure cloud storage, which they will safely store your data in the cloud. For examples, like if you use the phone, iPhone for in specific, they have iCloud, so they can save the data, or you can save any of your photos or document in the cloud itself. So they call iCloud for the phone, and in this term, they have used the cybersecurities for the company. Alright. Second last, for the data backups. In cybersecurities, it is important to have data backup, so that's why we have the cloud storage, like I mentioned before. So it will make copies of your information data. important. I mean the important and the information or any information from the company or the data itself, it will be stored and must have the data backups. So like for the last one is the collaboration in the security lah. Collaboration in the security. So the ensure secure the communication among your team. So when you have the collaboration, so it will be secure when you have the communication among your team itself. Alright, so for now, that's all my explanation and thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Ahmad Fadzli bin Nadzri. So I will present my part is cost optimization. So the first point is material selection. Okay, choosing the right packaging material that are cost effective, durable and suitable for the product requirement. Okay, use sustainable packaging material. It is important to consider your packaging material and how they affect the environment. When you prioritize sustainability by using recyclable material in your packaging, you can minimize waste and reduce costs for your company. Okay. For example, you can use the material like recycled material like green packaging tactic. They can also create a more favorable reputation for your brand. Okay, for the next point is packaging design. Okay, design packaging that minimize material use while still providing adequate protection and branding opportunity. Okay, optimize packaging design. You can also minimize the cost of packaging by improve your packaging design. If your packaging has a comprehensive color palette, you are likely spending more than necessary on your design. You can minimize that cost by limiting yourself to one or two packaging color. You can even implement more color without significantly increase cost by adding grading or gray shading. For example, you should also keep color in mind by using them to cater to the consumer. Study show the customer preview packaging with high arousal color like red and yellow more positively than those with low arousal color like green and blue. Being strategy in your product packaging can improve customer attraction and brand perception for your business. The next slide is transportation efficiency. Okay, transportation efficiency is a crucial in today's globalized world, where goods are constantly on the move. One key aspect of enhancing transportation efficiency is optimized packaging. Packaging optimization involves assessing various factors such as packaging waste, atom space, design for distribution, and choosing the right mode of transportation. By focus on this element, business can reduce transportation costs, minimize environment impact, and ensure that their product arrive at their destination intact on time. Okay, the next point is testing and quality. Okay, for the cost optimization, testing and quality are crucial aspect of product development and development. When considering packaging for this purpose, it is important to focus on efficiency, scalability, and ensuring that the quality of the product is maintained. There are some key consideration for packaging relate to cost optimization, testing, and quality. So the first key is reusable packaging, labeling and documentation, and the last but not least is testing equipment packaging. Okay, for the reusable packaging, invest reusable packaging material to reduce overall cost and environment impact. Use durable material that can withstand multiple using during tester phases. Okay, labeling and documentation, clearly label packaging with information relate to testing phase, product version, and any specific handling instruction. Okay, include documentation that outline the testing procedure and quality standard for easy reference. The last is testing equipment packaging. Ensure that testing equipment is securely and safely packaging to prevent damage during transportation. Use shock absorbent material and protective layer to safeguard sensitive equipment. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
Hello and Assalamualaikum to Miss Noli. My name is Nafiz, and for this part of the presentation, I will be explaining a little bit of technology integration towards packaging. So the first technology integration that incorporates with packaging is real-time tracking. So real-time tracking is a technology that utilizes the use of GPS that combines with a logistic database. So this technology determines the location of a package, and one of its reasoning towards this is it helps humans to locate the package when anything that is necessary happen. Alright, so moving on to the advantages of using RTT or real-time tracking is it's enhanced customer satisfaction, and with real-time tracking, it provides customer with visibility into the status and location of their packages. So this goes both ways, as the customer and also the shipper has exact time and ETA on when will the package arrive. And the second advantages is that RTT optimize routes. So shipper can use real-time data to optimize delivery routes, and at the same time it will reduce transportation costs and also improving overall efficiency. And the other advantages is to reduce theft and loss. So real-time tracking helps mitigate the risk of theft or loss during transit, and even if loss or theft has occurred, the shipper or the company can easily track down the package and also retrieve them easily. And the other technology integration towards packaging is barcode and RFID technology. So RFID, which stands for radio frequency identification, are tags that are used for packaging in various industries for tracking and managing inventory. This RFID tag also improve supply chain visibility and enhancing overall logistic processes. These RFID tags are usually used in a warehouse or an inventory storage. Alright, so for the next point is that I will show you the enabling factors on why warehouses should adopt RFID. So RFID tags enable real-time and accurate tracking of inventory levels. Eventually, it will helps the inventory manager to have the idea of whether when is the suitable time for him to restock their inventory. Then moving on to the next point is that RFID technology enhances supply chain visibility by providing real-time information and the movement of the goods. So this visibility helps in optimizing logistics, reducing delays and improving overall efficiency. As the RFID tags are stick to the packages, it will go through a scanner, and from there the people or the workers can check everything from their database. And last but not least, these RFID tags allow for automated data collection. This also reducing the need for manual input and minimizing errors. This automation leads to increased operational efficiency and lower labor costs. So how RFID will be able to reduce labor costs is by doing the work automatically, and the company doesn't have to hire a person that only focus on data collection. So when the packages or inventory are scanned into the scanner, the data will be shown on the database with just only one click away. So I think that is all for me. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Haekal Asharie. So I will continue to explain about custom and documentation. So first of all, I will explain about custom clearance. First point about custom clearance is a custom declaration. This is a formal statement providing information about the goods being imported or export. It includes details such as the nature of goods, their value and origins. So next, about the second point for custom clearance is custom duties and taxes. Importers and exporters must pay duties and taxes as determined by the custom authorities of the respective countries. This fee are based on the value and the classification of the goods. So for the next part, I will explain about documentation requirement. So first point is a commercial invoice. This document includes details such as the description of the goods, their quantity and the value. It is used by custom to assess duties and taxes. Second point is a packing list. A detailed list of the contents of each package, including information on weight, dimension and the packaging material. So for the third point for documentation requirement is a bill of lading. This is a document issued by the carrier that acknowledge their receipt of goods for shipment. Each service are receive a contract of carriage and the document of title. Last but not least is a certificate of origin. This document certify the origin of goods. It may be required to determine eligibility for the preferential trade agreement or the comply with the specific regulations.
An effective global operation and logistics strategy in packaging demand a holistic approach. By addressing this aspect cohesively, business can position themselves for success in the global marketplace, meeting the demand of both consumer and regulatory bodies, while ensuring the seamless flow of product across international borders.